Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to our first episode of Speak Up Before It Escalates. We're here with De'Quala McClendon.
Hey, how are y'all?
She is our special guest here, and she's here representing Jada West. As we all know, Speak Up Before It Escalates did begin right after the situation online. Very sorry to hear about your loss, of course. I've tried to support, as best as I can with a voice, and, thankfully, a lot of people were able to speak up and get you guys everything that you needed. Mm-hmm. I welcome you, and I think the very first question that I have for you would be, what would you like everybody to know about Jada West beyond the headlines?
As y'all know, Jada was 12, my niece. Jada was a smart, lovable child. A child that age is really getting to know herself, trying to make new friends, going to a new school.
Right.
Jada she was very understandable than other kids, as in, like, if she wants something and you tell her, Jada, just wait right now, she'll wait. Mm-hmm. Jada wasn't a confrontational person at all. As we know, her favorite color was pink and purple. Mm-hmm. She was very organized. She was very responsible, as in she got herself up for school, she got ready, things like that. And I don't want people to remember Jada as in, because y'all see a video and y'all just going off on the video. Oh, she's aggressive, she was this, she was that. Jada was not aggressive. Jada stood up, and she stood up what was right, and Jada stood up for herself.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, everybody out there was against one person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she did what she felt that she had to do.
At the moment.
Yeah, at that moment. And I hate that it led to this right here.
Right. I did see, a lot of videos of her singing and,
oh, yeah,
being very involved. She loved her mom. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely sad. And, the reason that I started this is because, nobody knows when it could be them. Mm-hmm. Nobody wakes up and is like, this is going to happen to my child today, because you have so much trust in the world, especially getting on a school bus or for whatever reason. So I want more parents to know, that they're not alone. Mm-hmm. I've also had a loss with my daughter. She passed away in 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that.
It is. And during that time, I was in an abusive relationship. And the day that I was leaving him, she passed away. Mm. So I went through a lot of trauma throughout that time. And I felt like maybe if I would have spoke up more or did the right thing, did the right processes, get help, because we have so many resources out there and people do not know about the resources.
Yep.
And nowadays kids don't they pick and choose based off of what their friends, mm-hmm. and they follow along even though they know it's wrong. And so many situations right now have led based off of anger. Mm-hmm. And re-regulating and seeing Jada in that video, we all know what reactive abuse is as well. Like if someone's not listening to you for mm-hmm. so long, you react, because this is happening to her every day on the bus. The school bus person is probably aware, telling them, hey, mm-hmm. shut this down. The schools, I feel like they have so many levels before they consider something bullying. And,
which is crazy.
With Jada West, do you feel like that the school was heard, within her situations when she spoke up in school? Mm-hmm. Did they, kind of respond in the way that you guys would have liked them to? When you guys voiced any type of opinions?
I feel like, me personally, I feel like the school could have did more. Just not even just her school, but all schools. I feel like they don't take bullying as serious until something actual happen. I feel like, while it's small, go ahead and try to address it now, right, before something else before it gets bigger.
Yes, because we're all humans, and mm-hmm. I feel like they kind of expect the kids to carry something that's not theirs to carry.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people should show a little bit more love. Like back in the day, we had the third grade teacher. Mm-hmm. Like, we locked in for life. Like, I still know my third grade teacher, but now it's kind of like the love isn't there, the connection and the mm-hmm. protection isn't there.
It's like they don't care. It's like they're just there to get a check. Like,
right.
Some of them are not there for the kids. You know mm-hmm. what I'm saying? So, like you said, the world, we need more love. It's so much happening, not just in my family, but just around the world, in the community as well, like yes. with young kids. these kids really go through things, and I feel like as parents, oh, they just kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think because you're clothing them and feeding them that everything's okay. No, you got to check on their mental. Ask them, are they okay? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot they deal with, going to school, peer pressure, you know, trying to fit in, you know, and things like that. So it's a lot.
What kind of advice would you give to a kid that's struggling with bullying, or even an adult that's going through some type of altercation like that?
I feel like don't be scared to speak up. Like you were saying, speak up, say something. You know, I feel like, you know, you speak up, somebody can help you.
Right.
You know, so I feel like, you know, people need to check on people. You know, ask them, how are you doing? Because like I said, you never know what people are going through. You know, always try to be kind and show love.
Right.
Because everybody's going through their own thing.
And we can all really teach each other. Like, you can know something I don't know, and it's just about being in a positive light and not what is it? Consideration. Having consideration for people, because again, you never know. You could have somebody's back and they needed that today, that voice today. Even situations like you're still standing strong, like even though this is your niece who passed away, like you still get up, you still vouch for her, you know, try to, you know, your self-care. I see you all the time, outfits be on 10. So, you know, you still keeping your self-care up, even though this did, you know, happen to your family. Like, you guys are using it and helping people by voicing and being strong for her, because I know a lot of people would give up. I mean, like, they would give up, and you guys showing a strong light. And like, I do want to say, like, I'm proud of y'all as a family, like everything that you guys are holding down. Yeah, it's like you're still, like, it took me years on years for myself. And
people don't understand. People feel like just because people smile, laugh, and, you know, people really, those are the people that really go through the most. You know, I go through a lot. My sister, you know what I'm saying? That was my sister's daughter. My sister's struggling, but my sister, she gets up and she continues to strive daily. You know, it's not, I feel like this type of situation, you don't heal from it. It's that you tolerate it, and, you know, you learn how to deal with it every day. You know what I'm saying? It's,
right.
I don't know. But like I said, you know, I feel like I'm not going to let this die down. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we will get justice for my niece, you know. And I don't want to really just keep speaking on it, but just in general, like the bullying, you know, it need to stop. And kids need to understand that everybody is different. Everybody was raised differently. Everybody's not going to look the same, and that is okay. You know, it's okay to be different. You know, these kids need to learn how to stop being a follower, be more of a leader, be different. And I feel like in the community, we need to have more things for these kids to do. You know, more mentors, more counseling, you know. And I feel like a lot of people don't believe in counseling, and that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? If you need it, go get the help. So.
Exactly. Yes, and, you know, that's kind of what I'm working on now, you know, but a lot of people are listening. I know I told you about Village Over Violence. They're coming and starting in Douglasville as well. So we're coming together on July 11th to bring another event a little bit bigger than the last one. And it's like there's a community building, because this is exactly why I spoke. Like, people can say rest in peace today, tomorrow, the next day, share a little post, and every time someone shares a picture, I'm sorry, but you're not really sorry, because you're not showing up to these events. Y'all not speaking up. Y'all, even the adults are writing for childish things. Like, you writing for violence.
And see, this is the thing. That's ignorancy. And I don't have time for that. That's ignorant. I'm better than that. And I'll be going all day back and forth. Because people are going to have their own opinion. And that's fine. That's cool to have your own opinion. But if you don't know a situation, I feel like you shouldn't say anything about it. And for you to be an adult, you know better.
Right.
And I feel like these kids go by what they see. And that's the problem. It's sad that adults not being adults anymore. You know what I'm saying? And
because those adults are actually raising children at home. Exactly. So, and just by seeing their intelligence online, you can be like, dang, like, what is their kid going through? Because if they're able to call somebody XYZ ugly just because you don't believe the same way, like, you took it to that extent, and that's just online.
Yeah.
And that is sad to see. That is definitely sad to see.
I was always told, if you don't have anything to say nice, don't say nothing at all. Some things people shouldn't speak on. Mind your business. Be quiet. You know what I'm saying? And just leave it at that. So.
Especially when it comes to grief. Like, there's too many questions asked. Like, who, what, when, where. Like, instead of just, hey, what is it that you guys need? where we can show up for you. Those questions, and I feel like it takes someone who knows grief to kind of have those conversations, because people are looking for stories and all that. When we're looking upon solutions, what do you feel that I could do more as of like what I'm doing right now? Because I know like you have supported the movement, you showed up to the events and stuff, so you kind of see what we're about. And you're my first episode, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Well, later on we're gonna do something for Jada. My sister's she's talking about it, so I'm gonna help her with it. It will be in August, an event for Jada.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be a big event.
Okay.
So she's gonna have people there speaking, you know, some kids as well that knew Jada that can speak about her as well. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that'd be amazing. If you guys have anything that you got, supplies or whatever, you know, just let us know, because that's what we do. We gather people, see if they can, whatever we voice. And that's the funny thing about people in community, that when you get to the right people and they all want to help, it's a no-brainer. Like you can cut all that off, and we like being in this environment feels so much fulfillment, because it can all go around just by speaking. Because someone there will be like, you know what, that is a good idea, or whatever. Yeah. And I definitely hope that Jada's Foundation grows even bigger around the world, because everybody needs to hear her story. And I feel like when it comes to violence and kids, like people, like you say, they have their opinion, but when you really go through that, then what are you going to be talking? Are you really going to be talking?
It's different because they're not wearing the shoes. But if they was wearing those shoes, it'd be totally different. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say karma is real, and I feel like people shouldn't speak on other people's situations because it can happen to you. You know, so people need to be careful with their words and what they say.
Right. And just like an adult can make a split decision, so can a kid. And it just carries on, you know. And it's even sad for the other kids, because like you said, like they're learning off of what their parents taught them to react, or maybe they're not even present, so they just go off to get attention or whatever. Because to get to that point where you got to get off of the bus, like, my daughter, no, you better not play with me. You better get on that bus and you better come home. Like, we just have that understanding. And, you know, I hope that parents also take accountability and, you know, be better for them, because they're watching us and they mimic every single thing. They might not doing it in our face, but they will do it somewhere else. And, you know, prayers to all of them. And with us speaking up, what does, when you hear speak up before it escalates, define, you know, what you're trying to voice as well?
Speak up means to me, if you see something, say something. Don't be afraid to speak up and say something. I feel like if you speak up, it might change the situation before it escalates. I feel like speaking up, that means being different, standing on what you're standing on and standing on what's right. So that's what it means to me.
Absolutely. What changes would you like to see in the school and community overall?
I just feel like schools should take bullying more seriously. Address the situation more promptly. And I just feel like students as well, you know, like I said, you see something, say something. It's not snitching. You know, I feel like kids need to stop saying that, well, you're snitching. No, you're doing the right thing. You might be helping somebody else out. And I feel like recognizing it, you know, being more of a leadership, teamwork. And I feel like teachers need some more, I feel like they need to address that more. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just achievements and academics and stuff like that. I feel like in the community, we need to have more positive outlet, more positive adults, more positive leadership, role models that these kids can follow. And I feel like family need to be more involved in their kids' life as well. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Do things with your kids. You know, sit them down, ask them, are you okay? How was your day? And things like that. And that's what kids are missing. They feel lonely. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never know what your kids are dealing with if you never ask. And at the end of the day, everybody knows their kids. You know, I ask mine all the time, you okay? And they're going to tell you, oh, I'm fine. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? So you know your kids. So at the end of the day, I just feel like we need to sit down, you know, have more time with our kids, spend more time with them, you know, see where their mental is at, you know, and if they need the help, go get them the help.
And accountability within ourselves.
Most definitely.
That's definitely a thing. I know that a lot of parents let the kids raise themselves, even I, like, when I was in a busy situation, like, I was working multiple jobs, being a single mom, and I had to step back, like, this money is not worth it because my kids are everywhere, and I did have to take accountability with myself. Like, I was not asking those questions. I was not present. So I really had to take in, like, you know, I'm raised by a Hispanic mom. Like, you do a certain way, and I'm your mom, you know. So kind of relaxing. It's time to change the generation for sure. Like, these kids are human. They're just human. That's how I really define it, because
there are people as well. You know what I'm saying? I feel like not just you, just everybody. Because I'm not perfect. There's nobody out here perfect. I just feel like, you know, we need to learn that they are human beings. They have feelings as well. And I feel like we do something to them that, you know what I'm saying, that we know that we was wrong, apologize. And that's what's wrong with adults. We don't know how to apologize to our children. And they grow up with this type of, you know what I'm saying, something that they have to heal from. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my kids to grow up having to heal from anything. You know what I'm saying? Trauma from their childhood. And people don't understand, when you go through things as a child, you grow up with that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, you need to heal and do it now. And it goes for me as well. So
I love that you pointed that out, because it is true. Like, when you're an adult, you don't really, if you have so much of a argumentative relationship with your parent, it clouds out the good times, to where you're just like, oh, like, now I'm in the world, and now I got attachment issues. Now I got these, like, reactive, because no one really taught you to love yourself. And when you have that love, it carries on. You can kind of see the emotional intelligence between just giving a little bit more. I see that a lot with parents, for sure. I mean, I was that kid, you know. My parents really, we just got into communication better now, because they was based off of, like, church and not believing in mental health. But now that we can all recognize mental health is really how you feel, you don't even have to get to medicine. It's really, like I said, y'all see, what's it, like, all your emotions, like, how know how to recognize. Like, this is embedded all over my house, because this has helped me so much. Like, but I feel like it shouldn't take to even get that far. So you should have these free resources that nobody knows about, and people think it's scary because they're all flyers and this, and I'm trying to show them, like, this is actually lit. This is fun. Like, we can all get together. It's like a big old cookout, and we all family, and I don't care who you are. You showed up. Tell me about yourself. Tell me your problems. Most people just need somebody to listen to them.
That's it.
They need somebody to be like, you know what, I'm proud of you. You know,
and encourage them.
Encouragement.
You know, everybody need encouragement in the world we're living in now. Everybody needs it. Everything high, and everybody just trying to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stress. Just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get that. Mental health is real, and it's not all about putting somebody on some medicine. It's other ways you can, you know what I'm saying, help your mental health.
Yes, coping skills.
Yeah,
I was 30 years old when I learned what a coping skill was. Lord, I'm like, who did? And that's the type of things that, like, as you said, like, changes in community. When you're in school, y'all should be putting this in the kids, like, every day. Like, have rewards from it. Have a mental health night. Like, I know it's getting a little bit bigger now, but it definitely needs to be screened on top of the rooftop, because I make it said, like, I highly believe in God. I will go to God, but, like, if you don't know yourself, you will forever be lost praying. And God is not, you know, he lets us make those choices. He lets us learn about ourselves, because that's what the Bible is, like, choices and where you take yourself to. And so yeah, I really moving with the movement. I hope that, you know, we carry this
most definitely
wherever we need to. And I'm on the same mission as you. I'm not gonna let it die out. Not for her, for all these kids, back to back. So many kids losing themselves to social media. To you know, we just had 3 people being friendly with kids in the same county all around us. So it's like, why is this just so familiar now? Like, it's sick. It's sick, honestly. And I don't want it to get so out of control that everybody's just unaware, and it's like, oh, you know, sheesh.
Right.
Like, it's cool. Now they want to legalize, like, age limits for kids, consent and things. Like, why is that even a consideration?
Exactly.
Why is that a consideration? That's why these men are comfortable. And I know I get a lot of controversy because I'm so loud and I really speak on everything, but I want people to know the police is there, you know, counselors are there. These people all got jobs for a reason. We all got insurance for a reason. Some of us don't, and pushing out for resources. You know, like if you know anybody who needs help with bullying, you know, I'm still open with free counseling for that as well. Like anything that we could do to help. But I definitely love like the insight that you gave today, because you know you still showed up for Jada, and you showed up for me.
Always.
You showed up for me, and I really appreciate that, because you know, like, people see like, you know, what we're actually doing. It definitely opens up so that people know what we're moving for, what we're moving towards, and yeah, be present. I'll always be there for y'all. You know, I don't know you like that, but I like whatever you guys need.
I mean, I appreciate that, you know, and you've been there. You know, I thank you for calling, checking, also inviting me, you know, to your, you know, events and things like that. And I really do appreciate that. And I, you know, my family, we are grateful for everybody that's been involved, helping us, praying for us, you know, about my niece and things like that. So we're very grateful. And just continue to pray for my family. And it's always forever Jada West.
Yes. Forever Jada West, rest in peace, rest high. You know, I'll forever pray for her. You know, she up there with my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They probably up there being homies, you know.
Right.
So, I really appreciate your time for coming out to my podcast and believing in everything that we do. And, you know, we'll shine bright for y'all. And again, anything that we can do, we're going to show up. And then everybody remember to speak before it escalates, do the right thing. And yeah, thank you for showing up.